Today we have an incredible guest, Jasmine Elizabeth. She's not just a successful entrepreneur and business owner. She's the mastermind behind UBC, one of the most powerful and viral digital marketing communities out there.
The best thing that I like what I do is...
What makes her movement so unique? Everyone in her community is winning, leveraging her digital products to generate real income.
Because that's the only way you're gonna make a lot of money in the online space.
In this episode, Jasmine is pulling back the curtain on how she built this thriving ecosystem, the strategies that took her from the idea to the execution, and how you can do it too. Hey guys, welcome back to Value Talks, where we interview business owners and entrepreneurs. Welcome. If you could give us a little introduction about yourself, where you're from, and what do you do?
So I am Jasmine Elizabeth. I run one of the biggest MRR digital marketing courses called the Ultimate Branding Guide. And we have over 46,000 members in that community. And we've been doing it for over a year now. I've been in the digital marketing space for like 7 years. And yeah, I just network, connect, and I make money online.
And so what is the best thing that you like about what you do?
The best thing that I like of what I do is helping the average person build an infectious brand, because that's the only way you're going to make a lot of money in the online space.
In the long term, right? Because building a brand, it doesn't take like a day, right?
Exactly. So long term.
And so tell me about the freedom. How's that freedom for you? Basically, you found your freedom, your lifestyle with that business that you have, right? And that lifestyle is basically what you do on a daily basis, right? So talk to us about that. How can somebody get into digital branding or
digital marketing?
Digital marketing.
So how can someone get into digital marketing? Well, they just have to open up an Instagram account, TikTok account, whatever social media platform that you resonate with, and you take your audience on a journey with you. So I teach people how to get to know themselves a little bit more by knowing their core values, because that's ultimately how you're going to build a brand online, is by attracting your targeted audience. The only way to do that is by knowing who you are, because if you have core values, there's going to be other people who have very similar core values as well. So you attract people.
To have a successful brand, you need to have clarity in your values. And also about your audience. You need to know who is your target audience,
yes,
correct?
Yes.
Got it. And so if somebody's trying to build branding and monetize it, how do they do it? They need to do like high quality content. They need to learn copywriting to do the right VSLs. What do they need to do?
Yeah, so I wouldn't focus too much on like high quality content. I feel like that's kind of like people are desensitized from it now. It's like that was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I feel like people relate to imperfection nowadays.
Realism.
Yes, exactly. So that's where the authenticity comes from. So people, I feel like the less perfect that you are on social media, the more people will gravitate to you, because you're a real person to them. They're not just like a perfect social media person. Yeah. So I always tell people, the more relatable that you can be by showing your flaws and imperfections, the more money you're going to make. If you try to be perfect, the broke you're going to be. Like, you're going to be more broke. And yeah, like other than that, like I feel like that, and then having a digital product. So you can build an infectious brand, you can have all the influence, you can have an engaged community that love you, and you have an amazing fan base, but then you don't make money because you don't have something to sell. So then that's where I teach people how to get into affiliate marketing, network marketing, digital products, selling courses, selling guides, so that they can start monetizing off of their brand.
And so in this perfection that people are trying to do, they forget the massive action, right? They forget the posting daily matter the most to build that community, correct?
Yes. So a lot of people, they either start brand new accounts or their Instagram is just very low following. So in order for the algorithm to catch like momentum, like I would say you have to be intentional with posting every single day. It's not easy to grow an account from scratch either, or an account that has low following or low engagement. So I always say, like, the more consistent you are. For me, I started a brand new account a year ago. I'm at 76,000 followers now, but I was posting 3 times a day to get to where I'm at. Yeah.
So how long exactly you have taken to grow this account?
So I have two accounts. So one account isn't like a 10-year-old account.
Okay.
36 bucks.
That's the main one.
36,000. That's not the main one. That was the main one.
Got it.
36,000 followers. I used that for business back in 2018, 2019, 2020, up until like 2023.
Got it.
And then I started a brand new account when I created UBC. And I wanted to show people my strategies that you can grow an account from scratch with the strategies that are inside the course. And so I wanted to prove to people and take them on a journey, which is what I teach. A lot of people don't take their audience on a journey. And I surpassed that new account with my old account. So now I have 76,000 followers. I actually blew that count up in 3 months. Like I was over 15,000, like more than that, I think. Like I had three reels that went viral. And I was just posting 3 times a day, and targeting my audience. I knew exactly who I wanted to target.
So would you say it's consistency and massive action?
It's consistency, massive action, but also like consistency with intensity. So like everyone's consistent at something. Like we're consistent at waking up, brushing our teeth, and probably doing like a routine. We're all consistent. You got to be consistent with intensity, meaning like when you're posting 3 times a day, there has to be strategy behind those three posts. You can't just be posting just because you want to post. There has to be strategy behind it. And once you do that, that's when you start to see if that strategy is working for that person and you change it up. But like being consistent with strategy is the goal here. Like it's not just, okay, she said post 3 times a day. I'm just going to post 3 times a day, but you have to have a strategy.
You know, now that you mentioned that, I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. So I have a book, right? I wrote an actual book.
Nice.
It took me like a year.
I want to write.
And it's for sure. You need to, because it's something that you can leave here in the world. Like it's like a legacy.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
People that had an interview the other day and they were asking me, okay, but what is that big thing that you want to do? It's like, okay, it's a legacy. Like,
Yeah.
You can make so much money until like, okay, it's just numbers at that point. But what about something else? It's like about impact.
Yeah.
With a legacy. So, okay, where I was coming from is this is a product that I have, right? And I talk a lot of stuff in social media, and this stuff that I'm talking about, it's inside the book. And now that you mentioned that, I'm implementing that strategy where I talk about it and I have my call to action about if you want to go deeper into this topic, I talk about it in my book. And so, yeah, I mean, I can relate to that. And I guess it depends on the product. You need to use copywriters. You need to work it with a team.
Yes.
To show it on there. It's do it in the VSL. It's a whole. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a whole production, but I also don't want to discourage people because as beginners,
Yeah.
like you don't have to have a team at the beginning. Like it is when you start making money. Like I have a team.
You can use the AI.
You can use ChatGPT.
Yes. I mean, there's so many tools that you can use.
I'll tell you, ChatGPT is my best friend.
We're talking about it last night in the podcast.
The thing is a lot of people don't like it because they don't know how to use it. Like you still have to put in the work on like giving ChatGPT your ideas, and like it's like a rough copy, and then you just tell ChatGPT to make this better. That's all it is. But you can't have ChatGPT, come up with 3 ways to be successful. Like it's going to give you generic stuff. So yeah, no, ChatGPT is like my business partner. I love ChatGPT. Yeah.
Yeah, no, masterminding with ChatGPT is, or even like drafting a contract, whatever it is. I mean, for me, it helps me a lot.
Yeah.
So somebody started from scratch. They have low following, right? You got in. Walk me through your program. I want to become better in social media. I want to influence. I want to maybe review food, whatever it is. How would that work with you?
So if you want to like monetize your expertise, like what you're good at,
Okay.
Is that what you're talking about? Like how?
Well, just monetize through social media. Maybe my personal brand. Use my lifestyle. I want to be like you. I want to do the same thing.
Okay.
I look up to you.
Okay, so there's two ways that I teach people on how to make money. It's either they get good at something that a lot of people are not good at and they're passionate about it and they become an expert in that field. You can monetize it by creating a digital product with their tips and giving their strategies on how to get good at that one specific thing. Let's say fitness. I'll tell them to come up with like a fitness guide or something like that.
Like a coaching program.
Yeah, a coaching program. Right. The second way is, well, something that's very unique about our course is we have something called master resale rights.
Okay.
So when someone comes in, they purchase the course, they start growing their brand, and let's say it starts working out for them, they're growing. They can, and people are like, well, how did you go viral? Like, how did you, they can now resell the course, that course that they didn't create, which is the UBC, they can resell that course and make 100% profit. So we don't take anything from it. They now have master resale rights. They can do whatever they want with it. They can resell it and get 100% profit. So it's kind of like a done for you course. They didn't have to put the course together at all. They can just resell it and make $500 each time they sell the course. So that's kind of like a unique way of how we've blown up the community because people love convenience.
Yes.
People love simplicity. People love everything to be done for them. So when they seen this,
In an affordable price, come on, give it to me.
that
It's a no-brainer.
exactly. So they love that part of what we did for them, where we allowed them to resell the course and they take 100% of the profit. So those are two ways that I help people make an income. Is they grow their brand or they're good at something. I'll teach them how to create a digital product or either a course, a guide, or if they want to resell the course, they can do that as well by using the strategies inside of the course. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of game right there. And so, okay, were you always this successful doing personal branding? What were you doing before this?
That's like a whole story.
Story time.
I know, right? Okay, so I didn't come from money. I actually was like, my mom worked 3 jobs when I was a baby, a child in high school. Throughout my whole entire high school, she was working 3 jobs. So money wasn't a thing, and I was raised with like nothing. So, but all I knew is that I wanted more. I would see people have more and I just couldn't understand why I didn't have more. So I just realized that I needed to take matters into my own hand and try to figure this entrepreneurship life out, which it didn't work out. And for 2 years, I tried entrepreneurship. Nothing happened. I got into a relationship where he provided for me financially. And he was a little toxic, and he controlled me a little bit in that sense with finances. And I realized that's not the life that I wanted to live. I actually love my independence, and that's why originally I got into entrepreneurship. But I quit, and I decided to settle for this. But it was a lesson that God needed to put in my life for me to realize my values and what I valued in this life, which was my independence. Impacting and showing women that they can actually go out there and figure it out for themselves as long as they learn how to trust themselves. So I got it back into entrepreneurship 2019. In 6 months, I made my first $10,000 a month, and then next couple of months, 20,000, and so on and so forth. And then ever since then, I've been independent.
So you definitely did a mindset shift to get to that point, right?
Yes, I needed to go through that to value my independence, like value myself. I feel like I didn't value before. I liked the idea of like, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur, or I want to be independent, or I want to make money, but I didn't value it. And then until I went through that experience of like how my peace was robbed and how I didn't have
You didn't have the freedom of choice.
the freedom because I was controlled financially by a person. That's when I was like, no, I value my independence. I value like myself enough to be able to figure it out on my own. So I had to go through that to realize this is not what I want. This is not me. This is not how my life is going to end. So I let me go out there now and figure it out for myself. And then I did. And then now I teach a lot of women how to get out of those certain situations so that they no longer have to make decisions based off of money. So a lot of people they settle and they make decisions based off of money. So when you figure your life out and you figure your finances out, you no longer have to make those decisions.
It depends on what you value. You need to value yourself. You need to have self-love. It's so,
Yes.
it's basically what I preach in my book and my mindset and all that. That's the foundation of my success.
Yeah.
And so that's why I like to get those stories from successful people out here, because people that are watching and they might not be successful yet,
Yes.
they need to understand that you
Yeah.
you went through a shift.
Yes.
You had to like put yourself uncomfortable. You had to do certain things to get where you are today.
A lot of the times the pain that you have and the struggle that you have in your life is for a reason for you to become the version that you want. You envision yourself. You have to go through those struggles. You have to go through the uncomfortability of that situation to have breakthroughs, to have epiphanies, and to be like, oh no, this is the character I want to become. But you won't go through that if you don't go through struggle or discomfort. If you're always comfortable, there's no growth there, right? I know it's hard to say. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what will you tell yourself, the younger self, once you started? Now that you're successful in something that you enjoy and you're passionate about, what would you tell yourself, younger self, maybe 18, 20s?
What would I tell myself? I would tell my younger self that we're going to make it. So don't stress the way that you stressed out. Everything that you're doing is leading up to the goals that I want. If I were to tell me when I was young, what else would I say? I would say to believe sooner, believe more in myself faster. Because I feel like that was the problem with my journey, is I would believe very slowly in myself, like very little. So I think I would tell my younger self like to believe more in myself, and I'll get there sooner. Yeah.
So mindset matters for you, like that.
Mindset is huge. Like that's what I teach on all the time is mindset. So I have a YouTube channel on strictly mindset, because you can have all the strategies. Like UBC has so much value in it. Like I can't even believe it's only $500 to purchase. But these strategies, they work. They've made so many people millions of dollars just by reselling the course and also with selling their own digital product. But some people still can't figure it out. And I always go back to it's because of your mindset. It will always be because of your mindset, because it's not easy. It's not easy. It's very simple. But when you have the proper mindset, I always tell people they have to unlearn everything they learned about success, because people are scared to fail. But failure is just if you give up. That's all that failure is. But people think failure is like, oh, what if I don't make sales? Like if I launch something, I don't make sales, I failed and this is not for me. That is the wrong type of mindset. And that's why a lot of people quit.
And you take those old beliefs out. Like,
Yeah.
Let me break that out for you. So your mind is like a phone. If it's full of capacity, you can't get more pictures out. You can't do anything else. You need to delete everything. Get all the beliefs that you have on your mind, and now you have the capacity to get those new beliefs.
New beliefs.
Yes, and start creating that reality that you want.
Exactly. So everything always goes back to mindset,
Yeah.
no matter what. Like, I can give you the
tools?
strategy, the tools, everything. I can even do it for you. The course is done for them. They can resell it. But if you don't have the mindset, it just will never work. So I always go back to mindset, always.
That's a great strategy to build a solid community, solid foundation, because now, like you said, if they have the mindset, I mean, they will understand, they will value the stuff and the resources that you're giving them.
Because then it won't be so hard if they're rewired, their mindset. Let's say, like, I understand now, like when I launch something in my business, like I welcome challenges. Like I know it's going to be there. But some people, they see a challenge or they see a roadblock and they're like freaking out, anxious. And now those are negative emotions, and that doesn't manifest anything into greatness. It manifests more stress, more worry. And there's resistance there, right? So if they welcome challenges and they expected those challenges to present itself always, they'll be like, this is a piece of cake. I already know it's going to happen. So let's bring it on. Like, you know, have that type of mindset. So, but a lot of people don't have that mindset.
No, but you have the mindset where you turn those obstacles or challenges into opportunities, right?
Yes.
And it's crazy enough that it's just a matter of changing that perspective, because you can literally find opportunities in these challenges. And
Yes.
and people are missing out.
Yeah.
Like, they're really getting mad. They're like, the whole day it's ruined. Like,
Yeah.
wow, how?
Yeah.
There's so many opportunities and challenges. Throw it all of me.
Yeah. It's true. And then sometimes you don't understand it, but you're like, okay, there's a reason for this. So I'm just gonna let go of that control and let God handle the rest, and He will give me clarity in some way with this challenge.
Maybe people don't question themselves enough. I think they're always like outside with so much noise, music, people, like they're always surrounded by people, and they never with themselves.
Yeah.
And so I guess they don't get to figure out those things.
Yes.
Because I also don't think like we're like the chosen ones, you know. We're able to receive these messages and understand it's like, okay, here's an opportunity, I'm gonna take it.
Yes.
It's risky, yeah, whatever it is, I'm gonna take it.
Yes. It's an optimistic mindset that, again, a lot of people do not have. A lot of people have pessimistic mindsets. So it stops them. Like they're not creative. And like for me, when I have challenges, I'm like, this is a creative moment for me. Like for me to explore and be present and understand and like dissect the situation of like, okay, what can I learn from this, instead of like, oh, why is this happening? Like this is why, because I'm not in the right environment, you know, like, or the people around me are negative, and like this is why this isn't working out. You cap yourself from exploring more and being more creative on like how you can solve this problem and figure it out. They just stop themselves there, and then they throw a pity party and they victimize themselves, which is fine. Like I do that sometimes, but I stop myself. I'm not there every single day. I have a day where I throw a tantrum, and then after I'm like, okay, get back up, because it's me. I'm the backup plan.
Totally. And so guys, that was a lot of value, a lot of mindset talk. If you could tell them where they can find you, if they want to learn more about personal branding, maybe your YouTube, Instagram, whatever.
So my YouTube is called Jasmine's Mindset. I just started this YouTube channel. I actually have a giveaway, so if you guys want to be a part of that giveaway, I'm giving away an Osmo Pocket 3.
This might go out in January, so if the giveaway is still going...
That giveaway is not going to be there anymore.
Okay.
But I will have more. So, okay, and then my Instagram is jasmines.world, so with 2 Y's in jasmines.world on Instagram. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
YouTube and Instagram.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the conversation. It was so
No
good.
problem. Thank you for having me.